Disclaimer: all information provided in this video is not financial or investment advice. Please invest at your own risk. Hello everyone, welcome back to my investing channel. For this month, my stock portfolio went up by about $388.59, or around 3.17%. Some of this amount is realized since I did sell my stocks and cryptos for profit. As always, before I show you what I have now in my stock portfolio, let me show you my trading activities for this month. On July 3rd, I earned a dividend of 92 cents from owning 2 shares of Coca-Cola. On July 5th, I sold all 20 of my ChargePoint shares for $8.81 profit. Later that same day, I think Apple will go up, so I decided to buy one more share, totaling 2 shares of Apple. On the next day, on July 6th, Nvidia went down, so I bought 1 share of it. Later that same day, ChargePoint also went down, so I bought 5 ChargePoint shares. Later that night, I earned a dividend of $5.46 from owning 14 shares of VICI. On the next day, on July 7th, ChargePoint began to fall, so I decided to sell all 5 of my ChargePoint shares for a $2.32 profit. Later that same day, I decided to also sell my only 1 share of Nvidia for a $14.54 profit. Later that night, I earned a dividend of $3.59 from owning 10 shares of JEPI. On July 13th, I saw PepsiCo went down, so I bought 1 share of it. On the next day, on July 14th, I earned a dividend of $14.82 from owning 58 shares of Realty Income. On July 18th, Nvidia went down, so I bought 1 share of it. Later that same day, Apple also went down, so I decided to secure my winnings and sold all 2 shares of Apple for a $5.76 profit. Just about 2.5 hours later, Nvidia has went up, but now it began to fall, so I sold my only 1 share for $11 profit. About a half hour later, Apple went down some more, so I bought 1 share. On the next day, on July 19th, during the evening, Nvidia was down, so I bought 1 share of it. Few moments later, I decided to buy 6 more shares of SPYI, totaling 16 shares. On July 24th, I deposited $1,000 into my stock portfolio. Later that same day, I saw Bitcoin went down a bit, so I bought $100 worth of Bitcoin. Now I have a total of about $300 worth of Bitcoin. Meanwhile, I saw Nvidia went down further, so I bought 1 more share, totaling 2 shares. On the next day, on July 25th, Nvidia went up, and it appears to fall back down, so I decided to sell all 2 of my Nvidia shares for a $3.39 profit. On the next day, on July 26th, Nvidia was down, so I bought 1 share of it. And on the next day, on July 27th, Nvidia went up, so I decided to sell my only 1 share for a $14.80 profit. Later that same day, I decided to buy 2 more shares of JEPI, totaling 12 shares. Meanwhile, I also decided to buy 2 more shares of Realty Income, totaling 60 shares. Later that evening, Nvidia went back down, so I bought 1 share. On the next day, on July 28th, I think Nvidia is going to go down, so I sold my only 1 share for a $5.65 profit. Later that night, I earned a dividend of $8.08 from owning 16 shares of SPYI. On July 31st, Nvidia was down a bit, so I decided to buy 1 share of Nvidia. Later that night, I earned an interest of 74 cents from Robinhood's cash sweep program for the month. And now I'm going to show you which stocks and cryptos I currently have. The amounts on the right are unrealized gains or losses. I have $711.83 of buying power. I have $300 worth of Bitcoin. I own 61 shares of SCHD, 5 shares of SCHY, 12 shares of JEPI, 16 shares of SPYI, 1 share of Nvidia, 1 share of Apple, 1 share of PepsiCo, 2 shares of Coca-Cola, 14 shares of VICI, 60 shares of Realty Income, 2 shares of gold, and 12 shares of silver. And from a separate Excel sheet I created, according to my calculations, my stock portfolio will generate about $517.88 of dividends per year, or about $43.16 of dividends per month. Comparing this to the previous month, my dividend stocks can generate an additional $51.36 more dividends per year, or $4.28 more dividends per month. Thanks for watching. Please leave the video a like and subscribe to my channel.